Hello again, YouTubers. This is Bruce from Bruce's Antique Toy Corner. I've got a few more things to show you today. I've got some more Hubleys, I got some more Tootsies, and I got a Midge company toy cars for you to look at. About assortment of all different kinds of things. So I'll pick them up and show you what I got and explain them to you and tell you about them. First one I have here is a Midge toy car company. The company was actually started in 43, but they didn't start making toys until 48 through 68. And in 1948, this was their space car, is what they called it, in an attempt to make a concept car toy looking thing. And shortly after that, Cadillac started making cars with wings on it and whatnot, and from there, kind of from their idea. And the motto of their company was, "Go ahead, step on it, you won't break it." But I'm a pretty big guy. I think if I stepped on one of these, it'd be broken. Other thing I have is this is a concept Corvette car, made late 50s, early 60s. Paint was all gone, and I resprayed it. Overall, in pretty nice condition. They were all solid color. They didn't have any accents or anything on them. This other one I got is called a Tootsie Jeepster, and this one's all original. Never been modified or repainted or anything. I got that out of a bin full of Hot Wheel cars, made somewhere in the mid-1950s. I guess they didn't roll it over and take a look at these wheels to see how old it actually was, but I have one of these that I restored also, when it had no paint at all on it. This next one I got is a Midge hot rod, made early. I'm assuming this is like a first generation, like 48, 49. I got this out of an antique shop for $1. Overall in pretty rough condition, played with, but a pretty nice original, so I don't have any intentions of restoring that. Next one I have, this is a Pontiac Star Chief, is what they call it. Tootsie, made late 50s, early 60s. Got that out of a flea market or something for $3. I thought it was overall in good shape, but I was going to restore it, but I think I'll just leave it as an original. You know, it's been played with. This other one I have, a Tootsie panel van, all original. I never painted it or did anything with it. I found that at a yard sale in a toy box with a bunch of old toys and buried all the way to the bottom. I got that for 50 cents. Next one I got is a Midge police car. When I got it, all the paint was gone. I repainted it and repainted the bubble light on top of it. The difference between Tootsie and these Midges is Tootsie has a wheel well cut out, and a lot of these Midges have like a half wheel cover type thing, and it kind of distinguishes them between the Tootsies. Next one I got, this is a Tootsie pickup truck, made mid-50s, late 50s. No paint when I got it. I ended up having to respray it, but I think overall it came out pretty nice. Next thing I got, it's a Hubley, mid-1950s, overall in great condition. I'm going to touch it up. It has a lot of silver accents on here and stuff, but when I bought this, it had no paint on it at all, and I just blasted it and shot it down. Next one I have is a car from the 1940s. This is made by a company called Manoil or Manoil. I'm not really sure how you pronounce it, but played with quite heavily. Got it off an online auction. I can't remember what I paid for it, but it wasn't much. I just thought it was cool because I like this 1930, 1940 long snout style, like a movie star car or something. These next two I got, they're both Oldsmobiles. Midge Toy Company. If you notice, half the wheels are cut off. They got the fender skirts and stuff on them. No paint on this one at all. Resprayed this in a color that was about like the 1950s. And this other one I have, this is like a coral color, like the 50s would have been. This is another Oldsmobile. They called it salmon, but I still call it pink. Next one I got here, this is an Oldsmobile Tootsie. This is an unrestored one. Like I said, I don't really have a lot of doubles, but when I do have doubles, they're different colors. But this one has never been repainted or redone. Next one I got is a 53 Corvette. No paint when I got this one. Paid $2 for it, and it had no paint, and I resprayed it. I'm letting the paint kind of bind up a little bit, with all this cockpit was silver, so I'll eventually end up taping that all off and hitting this grill with some silver. But overall, in pretty good shape. Next one I have is a 1950s car hauler. Truck was in pretty bad shape when I got it. I blasted it, repainted it, touched up all the silver gas caps and the grill and the headlights. Overall in pretty good condition. I have this trailer. It's all original. The only thing missing on it is the ramps. The two cars on it are TR3 Triumphs. The one in the front's an original, and I restored the one that's behind it. Underneath here there's a Mercedes-Benz and a Jaguar sports car, which I both restored, both of them. Like I said, the paint was gone, so like I said in other videos, I don't encourage restoration, but if the paint's gone, you're not going to hurt nothing. Next thing I got's a Tootsie El Camino. It's late 50s, early 1960s, all original. I was going to restore this one, but I thought, well, it displays pretty good, so I'll just leave it alone. And this trailer came with it. It's not really in proportion with the El Camino, but this is a Tootsie, like an Airstream, like they're attempting a model of an Airstream camper. Overall, in pretty good shape. I got the truck in this trailer for like $3 or $4. I saw this motorcycle in a box in an online auction, and I really thought it was cool, and the rest of the box didn't have anything worth really getting, but I bid on it and won it. And this is actually made by Tootsie Toy Company also, made between 75 and 78, and I just thought it was cool. I wanted it for my collection. I've had a couple friends that are into old vintage motorcycles. They want this something terrible, but I haven't let it go yet. Maybe if they come up with something a little bit better, something like a Tonka or something like a Buddy L or a Nylon or something. The next one I have here, this is a Buick Century station wagon, made mid-1950s. It's a Tootsie. I repainted it. It's got some accents that need to be painted on it, but overall in pretty good shape. I think I got that along with these other two big cars in a box. This is a Mercury Capri. It was a two-tone. The top was white and the bottom was red. So I ended up blasting it and shooting it all red again. Put accents on the doors and did all the bumpers. I did all this work with a small brush and a steady hand, but as long as you got a steady hand, you can paint this stuff. It just come out pretty good, I thought. These other two I have is this is a Ford Country Squire wagon. Paint was all gone. I repainted it. Did all the silver accents with a grill and everything on it. Made late 1950s, early 60s. Overall in pretty good shape. This other one's from it's a Hubley. It's about 6 inches long. It's a Lincoln Continental. Like I said, paint was all gone. I got them with all them station wagons and those two-door sedans, and I blasted and repainted. I'm gonna do the accents and stuff on it eventually, but I just kind of wanted the paint to kind of get hardened up. You got some real old ones here. This dump truck's from 1940. I think it's original paint. It's kind of chipped up. It's been played with quite a bit. I don't see any overspray underneath it or anything. This is from 1940s, early 1940s Tootsie toy. Other thing I got here is a 1950s Greyhound bus. It's all original. I didn't alter it or anything. It's been played with. It's got quite a bit of paint loss if you get up real close. But made early 50s to mid 1950s. Overall in pretty good shape. Pretty collectible. This other one that I did, this is a that last one I showed you was a 40s, and this is a 50s. 1950s Greyhound bus that I restored. No paint on it. I painted it blue and then put the white on later, and then did the dog. But I didn't think I had a steady enough hand to do the greyhound letters on the side of it. But I have 2 more of these that I have sandblasted, and I'm eventually going to get around to restoring them. Show you real quick. These are them. I'm eventually going to get around to restoring them both, and I guess the solid bottom is what the collectors like in these, but they'll look a lot like the other one when I'm done with them. This is another midge toy. I'm not really sure what kind of car it is. It kind of looks like a Cadillac, but it's all original, and I bought this for $4 out of an antique shop, which I thought was a pretty good deal. It's got all its original paint. I picked up a few smalls the other day. These are ones I'm going to blast. I paid like 50 cents a piece. This one on the left is a Mercury. No, it's a Plymouth Fury. And this other one's a Lark station wagon, Studebaker Lark station wagon. 50 cents a piece. And this is a Studebaker Lark convertible. My dad had one when he was a real young guy. It was brand new and it was black, so I'm going to paint this black. Couple more I got for 50 cents a piece. These are a couple MGs. One's a midge, one's a tootsie. They're going to be painted and restored. I've got 2 hot rods here. They're both tootsies. One on the left here is one that I restored. Put the accents on the engine and everything. And this is an original. I haven't decided what I'm going to do with it. It's got a lot of paint loss. It'll probably end up getting redone like this other one. But one's an original, one's been restored. Overall, in pretty good shape. I wanted to show you this last thing I bought. It was at an antique auction. This is a Tootsie, made 1960, late 1960, early 70s. Tootsie Doom Buggy. It's got the peace symbol on the front of it. I wanted to show you this tag. It was for $2 at an antique store. I thought it was pretty good overall, original condition. Well, that's about all I got for this video. I'm going to come back and do some on my collection of Auburns. And if you like the video, click on like. If you want to subscribe, go ahead. This is Bruce from Bruce's Antique Corner, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.